Coronation Street fans have spotted some ominous foreshadowing in a scene involving Betsy Swain that hints at her upcoming storyline. Official spoilers released this week confirmed that Ryan will call an ambulance after finding Betsy unconscious on the kitchen floor at number 6. At the hospital, Betsy is taken for an MRI scan and later suffers a seizure, with her boyfriend Dylan being blamed. Betsy's life will hang in the balance, although there's no suggestion in the spoilers that she dies, but it is being billed as a life-changing diagnosis. In today's episode, Betsy and Lauren Bolton were enjoying a moment on the swings with Lauren's son Frankie. Discussing Betsy's plans to move to London to go to fashion college, Lauren told Betsy she and Frankie would miss Auntie Betsy when she moved. "It's just dawning on me how mad this all is," Betsy said. "It's scary, innit? And there's gonna be so much coursework. What if I don't have time for Dylan?" Lauren said, "What worrying about that for now? Just, try and enjoy the time you have left with him." Betsy replied, "You're making it sound like I'm on death row," to which Lauren said, "One day at a time, Bets. One day at a time." Commenting on the scene, Corey fans noted the obvious foreshadowing, saying the scene hinted at trouble ahead for Betsy. One fan wrote, "Making it sound like I'm on death row. Oh, not the foreshadowing for Lil Bet's pleading face cutie Frankie chops. These two have the sweetest friendship. Death row mention will get us all talking about next week's SL with Betsy," penned another, while one viewer simply shared the clip and wrote, "The foreshadowing." Another person said, "Knowing what's about to happen to Betsy changes the way I watch this scene. Betsy's life is on the line, and Lisa is absolutely terrified that she's going to lose her precious girl," teased our Weatherfield insider. Emotions are already running high at the hospital as Lisa and Carla wait for news. But there's a massive twist when Lisa has reason to believe that Dylan is responsible for what Betsy is going through, and she sees red, they continued, before noting that Dylan would be in total shock when faced with the accusations. Things turn very nasty very fast, and even when Betsy begs Lisa not to blame Dylan, she won't let it go, they added. In fact, she's not only blaming Dylan but is also determined to get justice, and reports him to the police. Coronation Street viewers are no strangers to hidden clues. Over the decades, the ITV soap has developed a reputation for planting subtle hints long before dramatic twists unfold, rewarding eagle-eyed fans who pay close attention to every glance, every line of dialogue, and every seemingly insignificant moment. Now, fans believe they've uncovered another chilling piece of foreshadowing, and this time, all eyes are on Betsy Swain. Following a recent emotional episode, social media exploded with speculation after viewers noticed what many are calling an ominous warning surrounding the young character. While nothing has been officially confirmed by the show, the scene has sparked fears that Betsy could soon find herself at the center of one of Coronation Street's most heartbreaking storylines. So what exactly did fans notice? And could the writers already be laying the groundwork for another devastating twist? A scene that left fans uneasy. At first glance, the scene appeared fairly ordinary. Betsy was involved in a heartfelt conversation that seemed focused on family, trust, and looking toward the future. There were no dramatic explosions, no cliff-edge confrontations, and certainly no life-threatening situations. Yet something about the exchange didn't sit right with viewers. The dialogue felt unusually reflective. Characters spoke about appreciating the people around them, making the most of every moment, and not taking loved ones for granted. For many longtime Corey fans, those themes immediately raised alarm bells. Soap veterans know that moments of happiness often arrive just before disaster strikes. Within minutes of the episode airing, fans took to X, Facebook, Reddit, and dedicated Coronation Street forums to share their concerns. Many pointed out that the conversation carried an emotional weight rarely included without purpose. Fans believe the writers are setting up something bigger. One viewer commented that the entire sequence felt too peaceful, suggesting it reminded them of previous storylines where calm was followed by chaos. Another fan noted that the camera lingered on Betsy far longer than usual after the conversation ended, something Coronation Street directors have often used to hint that a character's future is about to change dramatically. Others highlighted the music used during the scene. Rather than the show's usual background atmosphere, the soundtrack subtly shifted into a softer, more emotional tone, another detail fans believe wasn't accidental. While none of these clues prove anything on their own, together they've created a growing theory that Betsy may soon face a life-changing ordeal. Coronation Street loves hidden clues. This wouldn't be the first time Coronation Street planted subtle hints weeks before a major reveal. Over the years, viewers have become experts at spotting patterns. Sometimes it's a throwaway line that suddenly gains new meaning after a shocking episode. Other times it's a symbolic object appearing repeatedly in different scenes. The writers frequently reward attentive viewers by embedding emotional clues that only become obvious in hindsight. That's why Betsy's recent scene has attracted so much attention. Longtime fans recognize the show's storytelling style, and many believe this latest moment follows a familiar pattern. Betsy's journey has been growing more complex. Since arriving on the cobbles, Betsy Swain has gradually evolved from a relatively new face into one of Weatherfield's most layered younger characters. She's experienced friendship struggles, family conflict, emotional uncertainty, and difficult decisions that have helped shape her personality. Unlike some soap characters who exist primarily to support larger plots, Betsy has increasingly become central to several storylines. That prominence has naturally led fans to wonder whether an even bigger chapter is approaching. The recent episode certainly gave her more emotional focus than usual. Instead of moving quickly between multiple storylines, the camera repeatedly returned to Betsy's reactions, allowing viewers to absorb every expression. Soap fans know that kind of attention often signals important developments ahead. The dialogue that sparked concern. Although the conversation itself appeared innocent, certain lines have become the center of online discussion. Several viewers felt the emphasis on hope, second chances, and protecting family sounded eerily similar to dialogue used before previous Coronation Street tragedies. In soap storytelling, writers often contrast hopeful conversations with heartbreaking events. The emotional impact becomes even greater when viewers remember those optimistic words after disaster strikes. Whether intentional or coincidental, Betsy's scene contained enough emotional symbolism to leave audiences questioning every sentence. Social media theories continue to grow. As always, Coronation Street fans wasted no time developing theories. Some believe Betsy herself could be in danger. Others think someone close to her may suffer a devastating accident, leaving Betsy emotionally shattered rather than physically harmed. Another popular theory suggests the scene isn't foreshadowing death at all but instead hints at a massive betrayal that will permanently change family relationships. A few viewers have even speculated that the sequence could be leading toward a major medical storyline. Soap writers often begin those narratives with characters discussing ordinary life before everything suddenly changes. Of course, these remain theories rather than confirmed plot points. Why foreshadowing works so well? Part of Coronation Street's enduring popularity comes from its ability to balance everyday life with shocking drama. Rather than relying solely on surprise twists, the writers often build suspense gradually. Tiny clues encourage viewers to become detectives. Every conversation matters. Every glance feels significant. Every emotional scene invites interpretation. That storytelling style keeps audiences invested because fans aren't simply watching events unfold, they're actively trying to predict them. The Betsy discussion has become another perfect example. Could it be a red herring? Not everyone believes disaster is coming. Some viewers argue that the scene may simply reflect Betsy's emotional growth. As characters mature, they naturally experience deeper conversations and more reflective moments. The writers may simply be showing that Betsy is becoming more thoughtful and emotionally resilient. Others believe Coronation Street intentionally knows fans search for hidden clues. If that's true, the production team may deliberately include scenes that appear suspicious purely to generate speculation before taking the story in an entirely different direction. That approach has worked before. Several past fan theories turned out to be completely wrong despite appearing convincing at the time. The importance of family. One of the strongest themes surrounding Betsy's recent scenes has been family. Relationships have become increasingly complicated, with loyalty constantly being tested. The emotional conversation emphasized standing by loved ones during difficult times, a message that resonated with viewers. Family-centered dialogue often carries extra significance in soap operas because it creates emotional stakes. If tragedy strikes, audiences remember those heartfelt conversations, making the aftermath even more powerful. That possibility has only intensified fan speculation. Emotional storytelling remains Corey's greatest strength. Regardless of whether the theories prove correct, the reaction highlights something Coronation Street continues to do exceptionally well. The show creates characters audiences genuinely care about. When Betsy appears on screen, viewers pay attention. When she smiles, they celebrate. When she struggles, they worry. That emotional investment explains why even a relatively quiet scene can generate thousands of comments online. Fans have formed a connection with the character, making every subtle storytelling choice feel meaningful. What happens next? Only the Coronation Street writers know where Betsy's story is heading. Perhaps fans have genuinely uncovered early foreshadowing. Perhaps they've overanalyzed an emotional conversation. Or perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, with the scene planting emotional seeds for a storyline no one has yet predicted. Whatever happens, viewers will undoubtedly continue examining every future episode for additional clues. If Betsy begins receiving more screen time, more heartfelt conversations, or increasingly emotional moments, speculation will only intensify. Fans will be watching closely. Coronation Street has mastered the art of making ordinary moments feel extraordinary. A single conversation can launch hundreds of online theories. A brief camera shot can inspire endless discussion. That's exactly what has happened with Betsy Swain's latest appearance. Whether the ominous atmosphere signals heartbreak, triumph, betrayal, or simply character development remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, fans are paying closer attention than ever. Every episode now carries an added layer of suspense as viewers search for confirmation, or reassurance, that their fears are misplaced. Until the truth finally emerges, Betsy's future remains one of the biggest talking points among Coronation Street fans. And if history has taught viewers anything, it's that on the cobbles, even the smallest moment can lead to the biggest shock of all. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Crown ST.